Hi guys, welcome back. So let's start the session. Okay, difference between assist edit and on lookup in pages. These are triggers. These are triggers. So if I go here, so on assist and lookup. See, when the user requests assist edit by choosing an assist edit button, okay, on clicking on that button on lookup. When the user requests a lookup by clicking a field's lookup button or pressing F4. So let's just see. Okay. On lookup. There are three lookup options: default, field lookup, and text box lookup. For example, for the customer code field, a lookup in the customer table is provided. If you want a lookup into another table, or if you want to place a filter on the table before displaying the lookup, use this trigger, right? So this is about that. And now on assist edit, execute in place of the assist edit property feature that are provided in nav. The trigger is not invoked if the assist edit property is set to no. If there is an error in the trigger code, then the page is closed. So this is for the three buttons that we click, and after that, what happens? This is for that trigger, and on lookup is for the lookup one. Okay. Okay. Let's start the next module, that is page extension. So yesterday, what we did added a field Facebook to our Microsoft developed table customer, right? We cannot touch the original table. That is why we have introduced a concept of extensions. With extensions, a plug and play, we can plug and play code. We can plug in our extensions. It means we can attach them to the original code as and when we want it. The star is an extension, and we can detach them also so that the original code remains intact. So yesterday what we did, we added the field Facebook to the table customer, and we did some changes in the caption of the originally added fields also. Like we changed the balance to balance LCY to balance local currency, right? We changed it to the name, modified it. So now when we added the fields, first of all with extension, we can add the fields into the table. We cannot delete the original ones. Now whatever we have added into the table, to show it onto the page, we need a page extension. Okay. So they work hand in hand. Whatever we have added using the table extension, we can show it using the page extension. So these are the objectives for this module, page extension. Then we will see the properties. Same, okay. That page extension is used to extend the existing pages. We can add the fields, move or hide the existing fields. So if we want to add the fields, they first should be added in the table via the table extension. Then move or hiding field is for the already available fields, original fields. So we can move them or we can hide them. So there are certain page properties that cannot be modified. Like in table extension we saw yesterday, there were some properties that we can modify, but there are some properties that we cannot modify. So we will see what are those. Now to write page extension, it is written like this. We write the keyword page extension, then we write the ID, then we write the name, right? After that, we use the keyword extends, and then we write the name of the page that we want to extend. So here we are extending the customer card, the original Microsoft page. Now, if you will see here at the top, always properties for any object, and at the bottom, always triggers, procedure, and variables for any object, whether it's extension or whether it's a page or table, right? Now, in page, what we used to do, we used to write layout, and then we used to write actions. Same, it's here, layout is also there, and actions are also there. But inside layout, what we used to do, we used to define the area, whether content area or whether fact box area. Here we define add last, we use different functions. because it's a extension. We are working on the original page. So we cannot define the area. We are not defining the area. We are just adding our fields. So for that we have 9 methods. Add last, add first, add before, add after, then move last, move first, move before, move after for moving of the fields, and then modify to modify the fields like we did yesterday, right? So we use these methods here like this, add last or add before and modify, like that we write them inside layout. The same we do it with actions. We add our actions before or after any predefined action. So we use this add last, and then inside this we write our action. Same, inside this add last we write our field, whatever we want to add. So this is one of the difference in page extension. Now we can only change these following properties. We will see when we'll do the demo that what are the properties that we can change using a page extension. Yesterday we saw what are the properties that we can change via table extension. So data caption fields we were able to change, right? They were additive, so we added them. Then caption we were able to change. Now we will see the same for pages also. And likewise, we have page properties, we have field properties. So these are the field properties that we can change. And likewise, we have page properties, field properties. We have the action and action group properties also. So we can also change these. See, we can change the promoted action also. Like if we want to promote it in some different area, so we can also change it. So with this, we are done with the fifth module. Let's do a demo. I hope no questions are there. Okay. First of all, let me go here and show you the customer table in which we have added the field Facebook. So this is the page. Customer. Let's go to the table. And here we can see that this is the field that we have added via table extension. Now we want to have this field onto our page, customer page also. Right now it's not there. Right? How do you identify if it is there or not? You can search it also. So you can see that Facebook is there, but it is not added. It's there in the table, but it is not added here. So how can we do it? We have to use a page extension for that. So let me just show you one more thing. If we personalize it, personalizing means how we want to see the UI for our user only, right? Customization happens for the whole role. So, so if I am using, see, right now I have logged in with the user because my admin has provided me with the user sales order processor. So my user is this C. Okay. So if I am personalizing it, it will only affect my user. It won't affect any other user with the same role. But if my admin has customized my role, customizing means the whole UI for that role will change. It will be applicable to all the people who have been assigned that role. So that we do by going inside the roles and profiles area page. Roles and profiles, this admin can only do. Okay. And then we have to take any profile. Suppose I take the same sales order processor. Okay. and then there's a option of customize. Now we can customize the whole Business Central UI for this role, and whatever we will do, it will be applicable for all the users to which we have provided assigned this role. If I do not want this sales general, I can hide it. Okay. So when we personalize the things, it's not available. We need to unlock it. I want to move it here. Okay, I have moved it at the last point and I do not want this cash receipt generals. So I can hide it. So this is actually applicable for all the people who will be assigned this role. So if I say done, customization is completed and you can now close the browser. So if anyone would go with this role, so suppose I am here, okay, I'll go back to my company. Didn't I save it? I think yes, it's done. See, sales journal they have been put on the last, and that cash receipt journal it's hidden. So this whenever someone will open that has the role assigned as sales order processor, they will see this page like this. Okay. Now personalization is only for the user that is currently logged in. So if I go to customer, an admin can also decide whether they want their users to personalize their pages or not. They can disable the personalization also. This way, user cannot personalize their role center area or any other pages. It's stuck. Give me some time. Okay, so this is the customer one, and now let's just check if Facebook is there or not. I'll personalize it and check. So in the UI, only few of the fields are available, right? But certain fields are hidden. We can check them using the personalize option. So I want to see if Facebook is there or not. Let's just see Facebook. So it's not there. See, for the fields that starts from F only, two of the fields are available, right? So it's not there. Let's just check at the customer card level whether Facebook is added or not. Okay. So there are only two fields that are hidden. Otherwise, all the fields are available. So it's not there. So what we will do, we will add Facebook. And how we can add the hidden fields? We can just drag and drop them here. So now the search name is also there. See? So now we will add Facebook to our UI. How we can do that? For that, we need to create a page extension. So let's just create a page extension. I create a new file. I'll give it a name. First page for the card. Okay. So here what I have to do, I can either write all things by myself or what I can do, I can use the snippet. So I'll use the snippet T page extension and this is my snippet. Now I have to give it an ID. So I can give it an ID 50100 and we'll give it a name. because it has spaces or special characters. I'll use double quotes. Now page extension ID name, it extends which page it extends. It extends my customer card. So I'm not extending customer list, I'm extending customer card. Now after that the layout and actions remains the same. Let's see what we can add after inside the layout. So area we cannot because area is there in the pages, not in page extension. So if I press control space, I'll get all the available options that we can add it to page extension. So they are four are for addition, four are for move, and then one is for the modify. Okay. So now what we will do, we will use add after. Okay. And in braces, let me see what happens. The name of the control serving as an anchor for placing the new control. Okay. The keywords add first, add last, add before, add after define a new control and place it relatively to the specified control. So this is relative to this control that I will specify inside this parenthesis. So let me just place it general. Okay. So this is the general fast tab. I want to place it somewhere depending upon what method I'm using. So I'm using add after. So I want to add my field after general. Okay. I'll start its body. Body is very necessary in AL language. And let me just press control space to check what is there. Now what we can add a chart part, queue group, field, fixed, grid, group, label, part, repeater, system part or user control. Like this we can put these options. So I want to put a field. Okay. Instead of this field, I'll use the snippet T field for a page. So this T field is for a table and this T page field is for a page. In this I'll put Facebook and field source I'll put Facebook. So remove this warning, I'll say red dot. Okay. Application area is all. If you want to define any other properties, then we can define it from here. There are multiple properties. Okay. You can define it from here. If you want to make it extended, we have already done that in the table, so no need to do that. Now we have added this field. We'll modify one of the fields also. So this is add after, right? And let's modify a field. So let's modify the address and contact. So what is address and contact? This is the fast tab address and contact. So we can move things after the whole fast tab. Okay, modify this name also, or modify the single fields also that is inside the tab. So I want to modify the address and contact tab itself. And what I'll do, I can modify these things. I want to change the caption to Business Central. Okay, and let's just modify a field also. So which field we will modify? Let's modify this IC partner code to something else. IC partner code to intercompany partner code. Okay, I'm just providing a full form. So we have done three changes in our pages, original pages. What we have done, we are adding our own field, custom field to the after of general fast app. Okay, I'm adding my field after the general fast app. I'm modifying the fast app address and contact to business central, and I'm modifying the field IC partner code to this name. Okay, there are right now no actions. Let's just see this. So what I'll do, I'll change the launch.json to 2020 22 so that it can open the customer list. So here you see that what we have done some changes. Okay. First of all, we have added our field after general fast app. So here you can see that it is added after the general fast app. It is not part of my general fast app. If I collapse it, it is there in between general and the this fast app. Okay. So after means adding after. Now we change the name of this fast app address and contact to business central. So this name has now changed. And what we did, we changed the name of the IC code to intercompany partner code. So this has also changed. So this way we can do any customization on the original objects that Microsoft has provided us, right? Now this is coming from the table properties, table extension properties, the data caption fields. So let's just see. So this is our table extension, oh sorry, page extension, and we have used add after. Let's just make it add before, okay, and then publish it. Click on a card. So instead of add after, what we have done, we have used add before. So add after and add before, they are simply the same. We are adding a field now before the anchor that we have provided. So now the anchor was general and we are adding a field before to it. Right? Now let's just change this to add first. Now add last and add before, sorry, add after and add before are same. Likewise, add last and add first are same. If I say add last, what would happen? My field would be added to the anchor's last position, but it will still be a part of my anchor. So if you see, it has been added to the last of my anchor, general, and it's a part of it. See, the same. I can give it some importance also. And this was added last. Let me add it first. So now you will see that Facebook has been added at first, and if I collapse it, because it has nothing, So it's coming in the promoted actions also. Now it has become a part of this fast tab. Okay. So this was add first, add last, add before, add after, and then we have modify. Then we have move after also. So if I say move after, move have also has four options the same way. So if I say move last, then what happens? The name of the control serving as an anchor for moving the given controls. Okay. The keywords move first, move last, move before, move after place the given controls relatively to the specified control. So there are actually two things. One is the anchor and then the controls. If I want to move number last to search name, let's just see. So I want to move number fast shall come. And in this fast tab, what I okay.
ಚುದ್ದವಾಗಲ್ಲ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಬನಾದ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ತರವಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳು ಕಲಪುತ್ತಾನೆ ಪರಿಷ್ಕರಂ छोड़कर बागी में एक
What I want to move last. Always I want to move last number. Okay. I can put a comma also and can define multiple fields. So I want to put address to also last. And I always forget that this is a function. So there is no body. So move last. I want to add last my number and address to in this general fast tab. Okay. This is what I have done. Okay, I forgot. I accidentally removed that. Hmm. So now, right now, number and address to. Address to is somewhere else itself. I want to move them last here. So let's just see what will happen. So can you see now that they have moved here number and address to the last of my general fast app. Okay, search name I've added it for using personalization. Maybe that is where it's coming. Yes, that is where it's coming. So now they are coming in the last. If you want to move anything, then you can define it like this. You can use a number of any number of variables or fields here to move it. Move last, move after, move first. Like that you can do it. Okay, so this is the anchor and these are the fields. Same way we can do it with the actions. So right now, if you have any action that you want to add it to your page, you can use again this add after add before. You can use the actions that is there. So suppose we go here and we have this approve. Okay, so we want to add it after, and what you want to add after it. If you want to add any separator or you want to add any action, right? You can specify your action. So let me just give a name, demo. Okay. And then you can specify the properties. You want to give it any caption. Here I want to use the trigger. So we have the on action trigger. On action, I want to just put a message. Hey, action clicked. Okay. So likewise, this we can create it. Our actions. What is the problem? Be very careful about the braces. Okay. So now what happens? This is something that we have done with the fields. Now we'll do something with the actions. We want to add our own actions, and I'm adding my action demo onto the original customer page after the approve action group. And in this, what we are doing, whenever we click on our action, this message would come. So let's just check. It has come here, demo. Maybe I need to promote it to have it here. So if I click on this, so you can see that our action has also been inculcated in the original page. So with this, we can do any tweaks and turns with our original pages without impacting the original code. And we can cleanly, very cleanly do any changes using the page extension. Okay. Now let's see some of the properties that we can change with the page extensions. So this is at the top. First, we will see the page properties that we can change. I want to open the customer card properties also so that we can compare them at the same time. Okay. So now to open the customer card. and this. So this is the customer card, original card, and this is the extension of that card. So here you can see there are some properties are there. So let's see what are the properties that we can change about this page. So if I press control space, I can see these are the properties that we can change for this page. Okay. Now first of all, about text is there. So about text is what comes with the customer card you manage, right? If you want to change it, let's just change it to Lorem ipsum. Hey there, I'm using WhatsApp. I'm so sorry for my bad jokes. So this is about the text that will be replaced from with this with the customer card. If you go into the customer card inside and you hover over this, you will find this text with the customer card. Now we will change this. So according to your client requirements, you can change this. Maybe your customers they are different. Okay, so you can provide the information in this about text. Now let's change the about HTML also. So about title, sorry. About title is this one. So when you hover over it, what about customer details? This is the title. So let's just change this to something else. Your status. Okay. So now what we have done some changes. I'll format the document and let's publish it to see if our changes are inculcated in the original page or not. Okay. So if I hover over this, now you will see our own text and title are coming. Status, Lauram Sam, either I'm using WhatsApp. So you can do any changes accordingly. Okay, you can write anything that you want to add it to your customer page depending upon your client's requirement. Then what other things we can change? We can change the multi-language, right? These the both of them are in different languages. So we can change it to some other languages also. So let me just try to change it. Okay. About text ML, I'll put something in French. Je m'appelle. Okay. Okay. Now because we can only use the ML, so I'll remove this. Now I need the ENU also. So in this, what I have done the about text would be my name is Shivani, and when I change the language to French, it would be Je m'appelle Shivani. Okay. Now let's just publish it. My name is Shivani, and if I change the language, I change the language. So now it's coming in this Shamapal Shivani. Okay. Different things are also changed. Some of the things. Some other things are still the same. Okay. For that we need to use the language packages, the translation files, Excel, the translation files to change the standard things that we have onto the page. Other things we can change via the ML caption ML or multi-language properties. So here you can see that for different uh, language, it's coming in the language that we have specified. Okay, let me again change it to okay. This happens when you're learning some language and you do not know it fully. I'll change the language to English again. English US. So English US is the default language for Business Central, right? So now again it would be my name is Shivani. So this way you can change it. Same the ML title also. Now what are the next things that we can change? So these are additional search term, caption, context sensitive help page, data caption expressions. Okay. So data caption expression, the data caption field was there. Right now it's data caption expression. What are these? Sets an AL expression that is valid and displayed to the left of the page caption. Okay. So here we can put an AL expression and then it will be evaluated and displayed to the left of the page caption. So page caption that is coming. Let me just see it. Let me just show you data caption expression. Only this much is there. They have not specified or given any example. But yes, we can use it. The expression is valid each time the user switches from one record to another or when one of the fields in the record changes. So this we can also change it. So I'll just put, I have not used it. Let's just see how it comes out. Oh. So I think this is used for the report pages then. Let me remove this. Then we have editable. If you want to make a page editable or ineditable, you can also change it. Instructional text, instructional text HTML. These are also there. That's the string used for instructions in the UI. Right now, on the right hand side, we can also see no instructions are there. Then we have obsolete tags. We can also change the obsolete tags if you think that, okay, we want to make it obsolete. Maybe you want to give any tags, you can give it the state, you can give. Then promoted action categories, the main thing. Okay. If I say the promoted action categories equal to, I want to provide my own categories. So let me just copy everything. New process and report will be similar. After that, I'll change approved to mm, highly approved. Okay. Request to make a request. Like that, I'm doing some changes and let's just see the spelling mistake also. Okay, so now you can see that we have changed the name also. Highly approve, make a request, approval, like that. we can do any changes. Okay, if we are not happy with the original names like prices and discounts, we can also change them via the page extensions. Okay, then these are the things that we can change for the page properties. Then we have the uh, field properties. So these are the field properties. Because this is our own field, we can have change, put any of the properties here. For the original fields, what are the properties that we can change? The same, editable, whether it's enabled, whether it's a freeze column, right? Or whether indentations, different things are there, visibility. So these are the things that we can change for the original fields. And same, we have the action properties also. So if we have because this is our own actions, so we can add our actions wherever we want to, and then we can have the properties set. Okay. So likewise, we can do some changes in the original pages. I hope this is clear to all of you. Any questions? Tab indexing on page. Is there any extension available in the Microsoft to highlight the indent or syntax errors? Where in the VS Code, it should be there. How does a tab indexing on page? Need to check. I've never used that. Okay, we'll make note of this question. Tab indexing in pages. So we'll see it and then we'll come back to you. Highlight the indent or syntax errors. Syntax error are highlighted in VS Code, like if you do the syntax errors, they're highlighting. Indenting is also not an error. If you miss any of the braces, it will give you an error. Otherwise, what you can do, you can always go to your code and right click on it and format it, right? And then you have your default formatter also, according to which language you want to format it. So according to AL, you want to format it. So no need to check for the formatting. You can anytime do the formatting. If you're missing any braces and all, then yes, it will throw you an error that the braces are missing. See, this error was coming. Otherwise, there are lots of extensions. If you will see, this is my extension, is it? No, these are extensions. So there are some extensions also, like AL code actions are there. What are AL code actions? They are code actions to create a missing procedure inside the same objects. So this will actually provide you this bulb bar, not bulb icon, that will actually help you to complete your code. Okay, provide you some suggestions. Then AL language and object designer we have already discussed. AL object ninja is there. Now what is object ninja? So it keeps tracks of the IDs that we have already used for the tables, for the pages, right? So if you will see here, see, they're using the code unit, and now when you are creating a code unit, they will already give you some suggestions like what ID you can use. So previously he was about to use 50109, but at the same time some other developer was created that code unit. So when he pressed that control space, that suggestions was not coming. It automatically changed, right? While the AL extension does not see that code unit is already assigned by another developer, AL Object Ninja sees it. Object Ninja sees that somebody even assigned this while IntelliSense dropdown was open. So you only get to assign this. So this way we can make sure that no more object collisions are there. And many other things are available to it, right? So you can see Azure. Okay, this is not the one. This is for the sync. Then AZAL dev tools are also there. With AZAL dev tools, what you can do, you can use the Navision type of things to create your objects, right? So if you go, where am I? See, right click, open AL Wizard, and then you can open the same as a wizard, and then you can create it. If I want it. Okay, no. See, so you have to give the object name, source table name. So you do not have to do it from the code. You can do it from the graphical user interface also, and then it will automatically translate it to the AL language. Okay, so these are some of the extensions that you can use. Other than that, what you can use, just type AL and try to find if any other extensions are available. Lots of extensions are available. So this is for the markdown, AL code action. AL toolbox is also there. AL language regions and snippets. So they are not from the Microsoft. That is why we are not suggesting it. But you can anytime go and check them. Right, so there are some snippets and all available, different colors. Pragma's warnings are also there. Then if you see variable helper, assign correct variable names in the AL. Someone was asking about the what happened. Someone was asking about the naming convention so that they can use this to have the correct variable name. So right now you can see they are creating the record for the purchase header. Right now this V, they are automatically suggesting a variable name for that. So you can use that. Then navigator is also there. Create variable and parameter like a boss, navigate through a file with awesome shortcuts. So these are the shortcuts. If you're prone to using keyboards, then you can use lots of shortcuts. Extension pack, everything you need for real development. So it's actually a combination of multiple packages that you can use, like so Xlib and all for the translation file, testing for testing if you wanna use. So it's like a combined package. Right? So there are multiple tools you can go and check about them. Tab indexing I need to check. Okay. Any other questions? Data caption expression properties. Okay. Okay. 1 second. This we have discussed how to use software table in page extension for Facebook field. Okay. So we do not specify the source table in page extension. Why? Because we are already extending a original page. Original pages already have their table assigned to them. So in page extension, we do not assign the table, we do not specify the table. They are already being assigned to the source page. So like in customer, we are extending the customer card. Customer card already has a table assigned to it. Okay, that is why we do not specify it. How to hide some fields for general. Okay, so if you want to hide the fields, you set the visibility. Let me just go to the code. And if we are in general, okay, let me modify this address and contact IC partner code. Suppose we want to hide this one. So what we'll see, what we'll set the visibility to false. Right? So now you will see that IC partner code is gone from here. It's not there. So with the visibility, you can hide the fields. On after get record and on after get current record with example. Okay. I think she has pasted the link. Let me open it. This is on after current. This is on after get record. So what is happening? Use this trigger to calculate variables that depend on the current record. This trigger is independent of the currently selected record. When it gets rates, depends on what the units load more data. Okay, I need to see an example of it. Give me 1 minute. It's called directly after the on after get record. Oh, so they are in line. In a page with a repeater control, the trigger is only called when the current record in the repeater is updated. Okay. So on after get current record is called directly after all on after get record triggers are called for each row in a list. Okay. If there is an error, the record is closed. For pages of type this, the on after current record is called more than once if the page is opened in the edit mode and does not have any records to display. Okay. These are page triggers. Let me go to a page. Okay, I'm already on a page. Okay, so you have the on assist trigger also. See what is this? It's for the number field. Someone was asking about on assist and lookup. So for the number field, whenever someone will click on the on assist button, the current page will be updated. If assist added X record, then the on validate is there, update the current page, drill down, open customer, we have already seen that. So these are the field triggers. I want to see the page triggers. Better to go from the backward sides. Yes. So first of all, we have the on it, on after get current record. On these are the action triggers. Okay. Now we have the page triggers on after get current record. So in this they are doing something. What is that? They are creating a variable, instance variable for the workflow step instance, the code unit, and this code unit. Then the long code. So this is the link. Here you can find the difference. On after get record, on after current record. Uh, Updated. Okay, the trigger is independent of the currently selected record in the UI. When it gets raised depends on when the UI needs to load more data and block size of the data read. So for example, in a list page where rows are read in larger blocks, then the on after get record trigger will be raised for each of the records read before the page is shown. Okay. Within the trigger, the rec variable will refer to the record just read. On after get record is actually used for to read each record in a list page. Suppose there are 100 records, so it will read each of the records, right? And current would take place after, what is that? Yes, on after get current record is called directly after all the on after get record triggers are called for each row in a list. So this I have practically not seen it, okay. But what I am concluding is, see, for a list page, this will be called for each of the record that will be shown, and then whatever record we will select, it will be the current record, it will be executed. It's called directly after all the records. So runs after a record is retrieved from a table, but before it is displayed to the user, right? So if on a list page 100 records are there, it will be run, right? Before it is displayed to the user, it will run and fetch all the 100 records. Now use this trigger to calculate variables that depend on the current record. This trigger is independent of the currently selected record in the UI. Okay, so it means it is actually working for all the records that we are fetching. When it gets raised, depends on when the UI needs to load more data and the block size of the data read. So for example, in a list page where rows are read in larger blocks, then the on after get record trigger will be raised for each of the records read before the page is shown. So 100 records. Within the trigger, the rec variable will refer to the record just read. So whatever they are reading, 97, 98, the rec record will refer to that record. If there is an error, the page is closed. Now comes to on after get current record. Runs after the current record is retrieved from the table. So in a page with a repeater control, the trigger is only called when the current record in the repeater is updated, the current record that we are working on. So on after get current record is called directly after all the on after get record triggers are called for each row in a list. Okay. So after it has been done, then whatever record we are working on, then it is called on after get current record. If there is an error, the page is closed. So for all the pages like this, trigger is called more than once if the page is opened in the edit mode and does not have any records to display. If the page is opened in the view mode or display a record, the trigger is called only once. I hope this clears the confusion. Can you explain the data? Let me just see. Yes, we got this in the previous session also, how to integrate SMS with VC. Okay, let me just see. Okay, this is done. The on after record and this. Now, ma'am, can you explain the data caption expression properties? Okay, let me try it. Data caption expression business center. Set scenario expression that we learned is evaluated and displayed to the left of the page caption. Okay, it applies to page and request pages. Okay, okay. So if it is on request pages, we can find it. Let's go to our object designer. I want request. Hmm. So this is the page available requisition lines, and here we have the data caption expression, that is the caption text. Okay. Caption text is whatever will be taken. Fitness procedure, set source, reserve management or filter reserve, whatever is coming here in this caption text. Okay, we will showing it as a data caption expression in this with available requisition lines. Need to check.
No. हाँ calculate क्या हाँ कर दिया क्या कर कर ठीक
I think this comes from a request page. Available requisition lines. Available requisition lines. Mm-mm. Available requisition lines. Yes, this comes from a request page, and there we can see it. I guess directly it's not getting opened. But yes, it has been used like this. See, where you will use this requisition line page, right? Available requisition lines, this request page, right? There you can see it. I don't know why it's not coming. Okay, so this is the data expression where we are calculating this caption text. Okay, it is getting calculated here, or we are taking it here, and then we are showing it to the left of the page caption. I'll try it my free time, and if I'm able to see, then I'll show it to you. How I will get recording of a study session. Recordings will be shared.